In this lecture, we are playing with the flickable component and the scroll bars. You use a flickable component when you have more content than your available window area can display. And the scroll bars are used to show you that you can scroll to see more content. Let's go to Qt Creator and play with this. Here we are in Qt Creator. We're going to create a new project. It's a Qt Quick application as usual. We call it Flickable ScrollBar Demo. Save it in the usual location. Hit Next. Choose your Qt version. Choose your kit. And finish. We want to change the title to say Flickable and ScrollBar Demo. We want to import Qt Quick controls. Let's choose the latest version we have in our Qt installation. And if we go to the documentation and search for Flickable, we're going to see that this component places its children on a surface that can be dragged and flipped. Okay, you can basically scroll through more content than your window area can display. So what we're going to do is put a flickable component inside here. And inside we want to put a column component to have things laid out vertically. Give it an ID, make it fill the parent. And we want our flickable component here to have the same width as its parent and the same height as its parent. But we want to tell it how much content it is expected to show. And that content is going to come from this column component here. It's going to depend on the number and size of the items that the column here contains. So we should use implicit height here to play it safe. We're going to say m column ID, implicit height. Now we should put some content inside this column of ours. I have a rectangle here prepared. I'm going to put it in to save some time. It basically is a rectangle. It has a color. It has a width that is the same as the parent, and it has a height. And inside we have a text component that says element 1, and the text color is white. So I am basically going to copy it and paste it in a couple of times and change the colors to have different things. Okay, this is going to be blue, and it's going to say element 2. This is going to be yellow, and it is going to say element 3. This is going to be magenta, why not? And it's going to say element 4. And we're going to keep going until we have at least 7 of this. Okay. I'm going to keep doing it and come back when I'm done. Okay, I have a bunch of rectangles inside this column. If you want to make your things a little bit more visible, you can collapse these rectangles like this. Okay, this is better if you want to know, for example, the number of rectangles that you have inside or something like that. So we have our flickable component, and we have a bunch of rectangles inside. We can run the application and see how it looks. You see we have our rectangles. The rectangles are bigger than the available space in height, but we can scroll up and down because we have a flickable wrapping around our column component. This is cool. Another thing I want you to see is that you can put scroll bars on this flickable component to kind of let the user have an idea of how much content is still available. The way you do that, you come back to our code here, come to the bottom of the column component, or you can even come to the top. It really doesn't matter. You just have to be in the flickable component and say scroll bar vertical. Okay, and say scroll bar, and create a component like this. This is an attached property that adds scroll bar capabilities to our flickable component here. okay, and you put a scroll bar component like this. You don't need to specify anything else. You're going to have scroll bars when you run this application, and you see that if you scroll, you're going to see a scroll bar to the right here. This is cool, isn't it? So whenever you have more content than your available window area can display, think of the Flickable component. This covers all I had to say in this lecture about the Flickable component. In the next one, we're going to look at the slider component. I'll see you there.